What's poppin', good people? How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? You utaniambia hapo kwa comment section. How you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, it's been, is it 4 days? Yes. Maxi Daniel here. I am very happy to be back to talk to us, to have conversations, and to like have a good time together. And I want to give a big shout out to shout out. Huh? I want to give a big shout out to Christine Omuya, also known as Omuya Lastborn, also known as Tina. You have been amazing, girl. There's a day we were at 68 subscribers. Then she just took it upon herself and boom, we reached 100. And since then, I think right now we are at 100 plus. Yeah. So thank you so much, Christine, for being such a wonderful person and sharing on your status and what's up and making people to come here and see what we do. So thank you so much. And also everyone else who've shared and subscribed, like Akina Wendy. I've seen people in the comment section, Akina Zippy. Thank you so much for coming through, Akina Jeff. And I've seen Legrand. I've seen Dante the Poet. I've seen people come and, be nice to me. Thank you so much for being so wonderful and so nice. Yes. So recently, somebody on my WhatsApp sent me a text like, why don't you talk about Ras Godisoh? And because when he passed on, your status was full of him, long even before he passed on, by the way. There's even somebody who reminded me that a week before his death, and I had posted him and had said a caption of, God, please, this one, keep him safe or something. Yeah, and I don't think I have been thinking about this for some time now, for like 4 days. I've just been thinking about it. Even this morning I woke up and I was like, now where do I start when it comes to talking about Ras Godisoh? Where exactly do I start? Do I start, like, how do I even start talking about about him? Because it is sad. It is sad because it's been tough, Okay, so maybe I should start with how we met. So I met Godisoh on a WhatsApp group, and at that time his poem Chapombele Beans was out. So pale hivyo kwa description ya jina ile yenye tunaonaga tukiwa kwa group, if you haven't saved somebody's number, was written Chapombele Beans. So he kept posting pieces and posting and posting, and I got impressed. I was like, let me save his number. So I saved his number as Chapombele Beans so that I don't miss out on his wonderful poems or poetry. Yes. So there's a time we were at an event, and then he came to that event to perform. The event was in Kawosh, yes. So when he came to that event, that was way back in 2017, around November. So when he came to perform, I asked him his name. He actually didn't even say his name. Somebody else was the one who said his name. That's Ras Godisoh. So from there, when I went back and checked his profile, I realized this is the same guy. So his name is not Chapombele Beans. His name is Ras Godisoh. So I changed the name to Ras Godisoh. And he did not ask me my name, by the way. It just ended like that, and we went on stage. And when we were about to perform, it started raining. The event was outside, so the event was kind of cancelled because it was raining and we didn't have like tents and all. Then he told me, mi nimequit, si perform after mvua. So I told him, unabehave aje kama Raila, ume back out, ume kataa story, nini. Then he told me, na wewe ni akombe, And then from there, that's how we just picked the name. So I started calling him Baba. He started calling me Akombe. So that's 2017. Come 2018, we started talking. We were like discussing stuff, books, poetry. It was just poetry, books, and a little bit, just tiny bit about our personal lives. And from there, so we've been friends for some time. When he was in Kisumu, he would come to my place. We would make tea, read books, exchange books. I even still have some books that we exchanged. Yeah, so he I don't know, the ones that we exchanged with him, I think ziko kwao, I don't know, but yeah. So by the time Godiso was passing on, um he had posted it on his status that he was unwell. Now initially Pia he had called me that he was feeling kind of funny, so I called him. We talked for a while, and he told me that the doctors have taken some samples and that in 2 weeks he was going to be given the results. And then that was on a what? I can't remember the exact days, but it was in April 20 something. And then I called when then he told me that he was admitted at Kenyatta Hospital, and then and then I called my pastor, not like pastor per se, but the youth pastor. And then I called her, and I told her that Godiso is in the hospital. At that time, Godiso, my boss, my sister, and another friend of ours were in the hospital. My sister was actually having eye problems. She was telling me that haizi ona vizuri. So, I was praying for 4 people at that particular time. So my boss was released on the same day Godiso was released, the day Godiso was put on oxygen. Yes. Then the others were also not released, and were discharged, that is. Yeah. So I was left to pray for one person, that is Godiso. So that was me, and I invited almost 3 other people who were praying with. I remember I told Akina Wayne, Ibsen, and Sharon about Godiso's state. And then we started like sending him voice notes, giving him calls, sending our love and all. And then after he had told me about him being put on oxygen, he texted me actually that today I'm unable to pick calls because I'm on oxygen, and I can't it will be very hard for me to speak. So I said, cool. So I went ahead and started now texting him. Sometimes he would reply, other times he wouldn't. And if there's something that I learned from Godiso, by the way, all through, is that he had this slogan that your friends are the ones on your call log and not your timeline. By timeline means WhatsApp, Facebook, and all that. The people that call you every day is the people that he counted as his friends. And this actually encouraged me to call him at least after 2 days, a day. Anytime that ningekatu hivi, and then I just call Godiso and he would speak for long. So the fact that he was unwell and couldn't talk to me or couldn't receive my calls, it made me pretty sad, and it even encouraged me to even pray some more, because he was in Nairobi, lockdown was with us. There was nothing I could do at that moment except pray. Yeah. So we went on prayers, me and my friends, up to the night. There's this particular night where I texted him at 8 and he didn't reply. I texted him at 9, he didn't reply. I called him, he didn't pick. I texted him at 10, he didn't reply. 11, I called him, he didn't pick, and I sent another text, and he didn't reply. So I'm just like, maybe he's on a sedative or something, or maybe he's unwell. So I decided, let me let him be. And so the next day we were going to work, and we decided, we were going to work. Me, Janet, and Sharon. So on our way to work, I get a call. Godiso had left us. Sorry. I must tell you that I was broken. Like, super broken, Like, I was I was like super, super broken. Like I was in a bad state, you see. I even I even went on a semi depression for like 5 days. I don't know if it's a semi. I was, my anxiety was just over the roof. I just became unwell. So for some time I was stuck in a state of disbelief, because this is a guy I had been speaking to. This is a guy I had prayed for. I remember that morning when I was told about his death, I called the lady that the people that we were praying with, and I told them, just pray for him to reach heaven because he's no more. And one of the ladies one of the ladies that we were praying with just went ahead and just early hung up too, because we had been praying and we had asked for so much. I hung up, and the other lady just hung up as well, and I can text, and it was so tough on us, because by us I mean Sharon, Janet, and I. It has been it's been different ever since, and people might not know the kind of relationship that we had. It wasn't a relationship that I would use words to describe. It was a relationship that was really sorry it was a relationship that was really different, the one that we would not talk for like 4 or 5 days, but then whenever we call, we would talk for hours, and credit to each other one to call, and we would talk and talk and talk, you see. And what's up, many people know Godisoh for not using emojis, and so every time I would send an emoji, I would send it deliberately for him to for him to figure out what that emoji could mean. And when he would have a problem with it, he'd be like, wewe pia ni nini mbaya, si uniambie tu kitu direct. And I think those are some of the most beautiful moments I would talk about, and the moments he would come to my place here in Kisumu, and we would talk and have conversations. I would talk about how the art industry is, and the kind of revolution or the kind of changes he would have loved to make at that moment. And he would talk about music, and we would talk about Tupac, because he loved Tupac. He had a whole, like, ungeingia kwa simu yake hiyo part ya music, it was Tupac. He was actually the one who introduced me to Tupac. I didn't even know some of his songs. No offense. Came to realize he's good, he's amazing, he's a legend. Sawa. Yeah, so he introduced me to Tupac. I feel like this video is going to be pretty long, because I have so much to say about Godisoh, but truth be told, I was broken, still am. Sometimes I get really pissed, because there's so much we were supposed to do together. We were supposed to launch a certain house together. We were supposed to have a studio where we would have dance, yoga, poetry, music. That was supposed to come to pass. Yeah. I know most of you are going to be in the comment section like, yeah, you're still going to make it come to pass. Yes. Yeah. So I'm grateful for this moment, to be able to talk about a man who not just impacted our lives as an artist or as a poet, but as a person. He touched our lives differently. That's why when he passed on, I went into a state of depression. Yeah. For days, so many days, I wouldn't talk. If I did, it was so tiny that people were worried. People, I mean Sharon, Ibsen, Wayne, Janet. They were the ones who were like super, super in the space that I was in. So I must say I haven't healed, and it will never happen. But I must say I am proud that people like Dante the poet and Rez were mentored by Godisoh, and they came out as a very amazing poets. And I wouldn't say that it's just them who were mentored. Even Godisoh was a wonderful mentor even to me, because whenever I had art issues, I would go to Godiso, and I would ask him, what do you think about this offer? Are they watu wanachezea ama hii offer iko sawa? And he'd be like, what's their budget, and what's your budget? What do you want, and what do you want to get? And at the end of the day, and I would always get good information from him. So we at some point we were all mentored by Godiso, and we are all his kids. We are all his kids. I called him Baba, and I'll forever do so, because it wasn't just about the joke that we had made. After that, we had a very solid, beautiful relationship. Thank you so much. I'll be talking about other things in the future. This video imekuwa long. I'll be talking about other things in the future, other people, amazing people in my life. I'll address some of the topics that have been commented on the comment section in the previous video. For example, matters family, rape in family. Yes, I saw something like that. There's somebody else wanted me to do a part 2 of family issues. So yeah, we'll have these conversations going, and I am really, really grateful for you taking your time to listen to this video, to listen to me, for us to talk. I am grateful. I want to say I'm sorry for crying on the video, but then I'm like, I couldn't help it. I'm so sorry. And thank you all so much. Thank you. I am very grateful. Mob love. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for choosing to be here. Thank you for being so wonderful. Sorry, I'm using a phone in a dance. Thank you for choosing to be here. Thank you all so much. Asante. Bye.